Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Alzate and I'm part of Group 31 Waste Monitoring System. And today my teammates and I are going to talk about the following topics. I will explain globalization in standard considerations, Albert will describe feasibility analysis, Alejandro plan of action, Marcos multidisciplinary aspects, personal and budget, and finally Juan will explain in product description and other deliverables. Since we started brainstorming our project, one of our main objects has been always be able to sell our product not only nationally but internationally. Globalization is a very important concept when developing a product because it is the process by which any product develops international influence. Keeping that in mind, we know that our product has to meet not only the national standards and requirements but also the international. We are very confident that our product will be accepted around the world because we know hotels, schools, houses and condominiums and parks have trash bins that need to be empty at certain point. We also know that our product will be successful because we have a feedback received after interviewing an international contacts. Another critical part of any product in any project is standard considerations, and this is because it indicates that parameters of a product needed to ensure that the product is high enough quality to stand in the market. We aim to use international upheld standards because the product is designed to operate outside the United States. Standards are typically defined by organizations such as IEEE. These organizations determine that the minimum quality of our product's design must be for the customers to safely utilize the product.
Hello everyone, my name is Albert Caro. I'm a member of Team 31, and today we're going to go over the feasibility and risk analysis. Specifically, we're going to go first feasibility scores and how we got those scores, and then we're going to go over the risk analysis, showing the diagrams and our plan of action to mitigate those risks. So on the next slide, as you can see, we have the feasibility weight calculations. These are important to generate our score. So this table has values that are corresponding to the relevance and importance of one field to another. So technical and resource have a score of 3 with technical in the row, so that means technical is moderately more feasible than resource. And then at the end we achieved our geometric mean and our weights. Geometric mean was 8.284, and this carries into the next slide, which shows the actual scoring, which is what's important. So overall we got all the scores, we multiplied them by their weights, and then we got our final score of 4.018, which indicates a very high feasibility for the project. Moving on to the next section, next slide, we have the fishbone diagram. This diagram shows the 7 fields as well as all the risks that can come from those different fields, and they're color-coded to represent their severity. So a red one would indicate a catastrophic risk that would stop the development of the project. These have to be avoided, and thankfully we have none of those. A green one would be the opposite. It's something we can probably work right past. On the next slide, we have the actions to minimize those risks. This is important because no matter what, you're going to come across a risk, and you need a plan to deal with that. You'll never have a 100% risk-free project. So again, ultimately making this chart and the work we've done is to prove that we are prepared for any risk that can come our way, and we know that there's no roadblock coming that can potentially stop the development of the project. So in this presentation, I presented to you the feasibility scores and weights. We presented the risks and how we plan to mitigate those risks. Thank you. Now we move on to the next member.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Almeida, and my Panther ID is 5659385. I will be discussing the plan of action for the waste management system of Group 31. So for this project, we will devise feasible data analytics solution to determine several parameters. The product will utilize several sensors and provide accurate feedback utilizing Bluetooth technology. The product also incorporates the use of a microcontroller in order to gather data and information pertaining to distance, position, orientation, light, methane, and carbon monoxide concentrations. Most of the work will be done remotely due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but we will also work at Florida International University's Engineering Center. The period for this product is scheduled to begin August of 2020 and end towards April 2021. So as you can see here, we have the waste management system, WBS, which is the workbench breakdown structure. And we have it set up to different phases. We have the project research phase, which involves all of these, the project statement, assumption, limitations, need, feasibility. But for right now, we're just going to focus on a plan of action. So plan of action is composed of hardware design, software design, system assembly, and product enhancement. We have also created for our project a PERT chart. This PERT chart breaks down the different structures and levels that pertain to each part of the project as well. Right here, you see that the plan of action involves hardware design, which has to do with MCU, sensors, battery, custom PCB, board integration, software research, etc. And we usually end our plan of action over at the product enhancement section, which is the further testing part. So if you go over here, I can go ahead and also illustrate the waste management systems Gantt chart. This is used in order for us to ensure that we are able to complete all the tasks in a time-wise manner. And as you can see here, it has the dates and the milestones. We also have kind of deadlines of when we should be expecting to complete all of these. So in conclusion, this is what our project entails. This is the plan of action, and have a great day.
Our team is integrated by 5 members, and each of them has a different ability and a skill that gave us different perspectives when we approach the project, which has been very helpful in the completion of the project. Let's go and talk a little bit about our team members. Marcos Rios is the team leader. He is the majoring in electrical engineer. Marcos' skills include manage a 2,000 horsepower oil land rig and camp commissioning and getting the rig ready to drill. This gives him the project manager experience. Manage and develop the project proposal for power plants, generators, engines, and fluid control system for industrial and marine application. Albert is an electrical engineer tracking on power control system and programming. He brings the following knowledge and skill to the project. Work with the F-16 UAE team of develop the cutting edge of F-16 fighter jet. VR simulations for the United Arab Emirates while incorporating the Agile workflow. Working with Dixie, Emerson, and Full Change Control to design, develop, and install the HCCP compliant data logging equipment for refrigerating warehousing. Talk about Juan Gomez. Juan Gomez is a computer engineer concentrating on data system software and security. He brings the following knowledge and skill to the project. Working as a cloud engineer, upgrading company suite of products. Knowledge in C++, Java, and Python programming language. Technical support and Gelbeck's experience. Let's talk about Alejandro Almeida. Alejandro Almeida is a computer engineer concentrating on data system software and network forensic and security. He brings the following knowledge to the skills to the project. Place it in the second future business leaders of America computer problem solving district level competition. Windows NT, Ubuntu, Linux, iOS, Mac OS, Android experience. Knowledge in C, Java, Python and programming language. Knowledge in SolidWorks and AutoCAD software. Knowledge in PowerShell, MSQL, and Wix widgets and Git Bash. Finally, let's go talk about Melissa. Melissa Alzate is a computer engineer concentrating in cybersecurity, network, forensic and security, and data system software. She brings the following knowledge and skills to the project. Internship in IT department, learning from many technical areas. Network service, applications, and telephony. Knowledge in C, Java, SQL programming language. Microsoft Office expert. Knowledge in MATLAB and AutoCAD software. Windows, Mac, operating system. Linux experience, customers experience care. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Juan Gomez, and I am part of Group 31. And today I am going to talk about end product description and other deliverables and conclusion. In this section, we explain how the product works after a series of changes, processes, and operations. Furthermore, it establishes how the product will function once it has been finished. We provided details using specific level blocks diagrams to give an overview and implementation details. In level 0, it is the most basic diagram for what our system is trying to achieve. Level 1 gives a general description of the internal blocks. And level 2 explains each of the prior blocks in detail. This is all the diagrams for each of the levels. In flowchart, we explain how our system is supposed to work in sequence. And the specifications, we obviously show all the specifications and requirements of our entire system. In other deliverables, we will provide user-friendly information so people can understand the basics of our product and its importance. And we will provide information on how to install it, set it up, and use it. In conclusion, we talk about globalization, a process by which any product develop international influence. We talk about standard considerations. Our team is going to look at the international standards critical towards setting out our product guidelines, feasibility analysis, how it allows the engineers to understand what the client expects from our project, plan of action, how one can keep work at a steady and productive pace while preserving good organizational skills, multidisciplinary aspects. This will allow the team to have different skills and perspectives when designing the product. And personal, it's where the team shows what they are qualified and have the necessary skills and knowledge to complete the project. In budget, we explain how we estimate the total cost of the project. And end product description and other deliverables explains how the product works after a series of changes, processes, and operations, and furthermore, they establish how the product will function once it has been finished. Thank you so much.